Oh my gosh, is that Miles?
The Indiana Pacers have been a very consistent team in the regular season over the last 3 or 4 years. The Paul George trade ended up breathing new life to a franchise after it seemed like all hope was lost. Not only did they get one All-Star out of the deal, but they actually got 2. Victor Oladipo played like an MVP candidate in his first year with the Pacers and had a chance to beat LeBron and the Cavaliers in the first round, but ended up losing in 7 games. They have exceeded expectations throughout the years and been able to compete with every team in the Eastern Conference. For a team that looked like they were on the verge of starting a rebuild, they have made some excellent trades that have put them in position to fight for home court advantage in the first round. Nate McMillan might not be known for his offense, but he can coach defense, and the Pacers have been a top 10 defense in the league for a while now. But the cold hard truth is, for the 3rd time in 4 seasons, the Indiana Pacers have been swept out of the first round of the NBA playoffs. Success in the regular season is very important, but it means nothing if you can't make progress once you get to the playoffs. But the Pacers have had some bad luck with injuries to their star players in the last 2 years. In 2019, Oladipo went down with a bad injury in January of 2019 that led to him missing the rest of the regular season and the playoffs. Without him, the Pacers lost to the Boston Celtics in a 4-game sweep. And this past season, their other All-Star player, Domantas Sabonis, went down with a foot injury before they got started playing in the NBA bubble in Orlando. Without Sabonis, the Pacers looked overmatched by the 5th-seeded Miami Heat and once again got swept in the first round. Even without their best player in consecutive postseasons, the Pacers were expected to do better. They had more than enough talent on the team to make the series competitive. Getting swept is just unacceptable. After surprisingly giving Nate McMillan an extension before the NBA restart, after their postseason performance, the Pacers decided to let him go. Their new head coach is Nate Bjorkgen. He was an assistant coach on the Nick Nurse in Toronto and was part of the Raptors championship run in 2019. The 45-year-old started his career in the NBA as the head coach of the Phoenix Suns G League team. That performance gave him a chance to be an assistant coach of then head coach Jeff Hornacek, and Bjorkgen has been proving himself even more ever since. The Pacers have been in the bottom 5 in 3-point attempts per game in each of the last 4 seasons. Bjorkgen will bring a more modern approach to the Pacers offense, and pushing the pace is something he will preach as the new head coach. This Pacers offense will look a lot different this year compared to the years under Nate McMillan. But let's get back to the elephant in the room, Victor Oladipo. His name was going around in the NBA circles during the offseason about the possibility of him being traded before he hits free agency in 2020. There were a lot of rumors about Oladipo wanting to play for another team this offseason. Who really knows if those rumors are true or not? But the more important issue is, can he return back to the player he was in 2018, when he was great on both ends of the court? His return to all-star form will help out him and the franchise. It'll obviously help out him because he's heading into free agency, and I'm sure he wants to be paid like a max player. It'll help out the Pacers because they could be a dangerous team with him and Sabonis playing at a high level. But also it would increase his trade value, and the Pacers could get the best deal for him if they feel he doesn't want to be there long term. After his performance last season, Domantas Sabonis is the best player on this team as of right now. He is quickly becoming one of the best offensive big men in the league right now. Sabonis' game has some similarities to a player like Nikola Jokic. He shows great footwork, can score off both shoulders, and has a soft touch around the basket. Becoming a consistent 3-point shooter is the last step to master for him as an offensive player. And with a coach like Bjorkgen taking over, Sabonis' numbers could be even higher. Oladipo's name wasn't the only name that was in trade rumors this offseason. Miles Turner was also. It seemed like he was closer to being traded than Oladipo was. When the Pacers were trying to sign Gordon Hayward, they were trying to work out a sign and trade deal with Boston that included Turner in the trade. He's been a great shot blocker in the league for the last couple of years, but the offense with Turner and Sabonis in the lineup together has been good, but not the best. The offense is clearly more effective with Sabonis being the only big man in the lineup. Maybe the new coach can add some wrinkles to the offense that will make this combination better, but it seemed like Turner could be the first player out of town for the Pacers this season. After the failed attempt to bring Gordon Hayward in, the Pacers decided to stand pat with their roster. The only additions they made were their second-round pick this year and an unproven young guy they traded for in the TJ Leaf trade. TJ Warren became a household name when he was in the bubble. You could say he was the third best player in Orlando after Devin Booker and Damian Lillard. Without Sabonis in the lineup at the time, Warren took it upon himself to make up for the scoring. Warren was putting up some big numbers in those 8 games as he averaged around 31 points while shooting 58% from the field and 52 from 3. But his stats regressed to the mean in the Pacers' first-round matchup against the NBA Finals-bound Miami Heat. But this was very encouraging for the team going forward. Every time it seemed like Malcolm Brogdon was getting a rhythm with his teammates, a nagging injury would pop up. Brogdon dealt with back soreness, a groin injury, strep throat, a concussion, hip soreness, and tested positive for coronavirus all in one season. It's amazing he only missed 19 games last season. Jeremy Lamb is making his way back to the lineup after tearing his ACL back in February of this year. He should be on track to return in the next couple of months. Having continuity is important, and it can give you an edge at the beginning of the season. But the uncertainty surrounding their star guard could be the reason why this team doesn't reach their potential. Maybe Oladipo will never regain his form from 2018, but the team chemistry could take a hit because I believe most people in the organization think Oladipo doesn't want to be in Indiana no more. And with a lot of teams getting better in the Eastern Conference, the Pacers could be on the outside looking in. I have the Pacers finishing in 9th place with a 35-37 record. With the NBA fully adopting the play-in game for the lower seeds in the conference, the Pacers will be in the mix for one of those last 2 playoff spots. But I believe they will just fall short. And I wouldn't be surprised if Oladipo and Turner are wearing a different uniform by the end of the season.